Hi, I am Andre Tandon, a Bachelor of Secondary Education student of University of Cebu Manila campus. One of my academic courses is English 005, or Language, Culture, and Society under Mr. Nino Arbiza. Today, my guest and I will have a reaction video about the cultural challenges which brought about by language and gender. So without further ado, let us call on our guest for today so that we can start this activity already. My guest for today is Miss Eunice Masayan. She is from Consolacion Cebu, a fourth-year student from University of Cebu Manila campus also, who is studying a Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and as of date, she is currently 22 years of age. So, welcome, Miss Eunice, and thank you so much for participating in this reaction video that I will be conducting today.
Hi, it's my pleasure to join you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. So, I will give a brief um, information about the video that we will be watching today. So, the title will be Why Gender Inclusive Language Matters by Win Chesson. So, with that, let us start watching the video already.
Okay.
My mother started as a first-year student at the University of North Carolina in 1972. That would not have been possible had she been born just a few years earlier. For most of its history, UNC was an exclusively male institution, like many universities. And while we've come an incredible long way from there, sexism is still alive and well. Indeed, it's living in our language. Now, I'm not talking about words that were designed to denigrate women: bitch, whore, slut. I'm talking about seemingly innocent words, words that we hear every day. Perhaps we even speak them: mankind, man made, or popular here at Stanford, chairman, fellow. Male centered words are everywhere. We're taught that all men are created equal. We man tables and use our manpower to elect congressmen who rule in man made institutions. Oh man! We laugh, but I'm really concerned what these associations do to our unconscious beliefs. How does the perpetual association of male terms with power and with strength, and female terms with insult and with weakness, shape our expectations for men and for women, our expectations of ourselves, or even our self-worth? Children can help us understand just how powerful language can be. My niece Ella is 5 years old. She has 3 older brothers, and I was babysitting for them. And so I asked them, "What do you guys want to do tonight?" Ella was silent. A little later, as I was tucking her into bed, she looked up to me and she said, "Uncle Win, how come you only wanted to know what the guys wanted to do? Why didn't you care about me?" My heart sank. Of course I wanted to hear what she had to say. I love Ella's opinion. Sometimes I love Ella the most. I had never meant to suggest that she didn't matter. But that's exactly what I had done through my words. And thank goodness she said something to me. When I had said "you guys" to her, she took me literally. And quite logically, she felt left out. How often had she felt that way before? How many of you have ever felt that way before? Excluded by language, even if you knew that that wasn't the speaker's intention. Male-centered words are everywhere. When you flip the words around, how many men do you know that feel flattered to be called a woman? Douglas Hofstadter is a philosopher, and what he does is he replaces in a satire male-based generic words with race-based ones. Mankind becomes white kind. Freshman becomes fresh white. Chairman becomes chair white. And in this imaginary world, it becomes pretty ridiculous that we would ever expect people of color to feel included by these terms, or that these terms wouldn't have real and lasting consequences, things that reflect a pretty gruesome history. But that's exactly what we do. It's what we do to women, and it's what I did to Ella. Of course, some women and many women do feel included by these terms, and that's entirely understandable. Women who become congressmen, for example, work incredibly hard to get where they are. They overcome enormous obstacles. They earn the title. When women don't feel included, I've heard them speak up. And then I've watched the eye rolls. I've listened as they get labeled high maintenance, overly sensitive, or much worse. When we use male words or female words to insult women, we communicate a pretty disturbing message. And we communicate the same disturbing message when we use only positive words with male terms. Sociologist Cheryl Kleiman explains that when you use chairman for women, yes, a particular woman can become a chairman, but women as a group cannot. Chairman sets the expectation that chairmen are men. And when a woman achieves that title, she is merely an exception. Never the rule, rarely the expectation. When we use male-based generics, we erase women linguistically. Symbolically, we annihilate them. Now, there's a visionary who I love, Marilyn Frye, and she imagines all of this gender inequality as essentially a birdcage that traps women inside. There are many, many wires to the cage. One wire is the wage gap. Another wire is sexual harassment. Another one is men's violence against women, and there's sexist English. The point here is that there are many, many wires, and these wires, no wire by itself traps the bird inside. It's all of the wires working together in combination that creates a prison. We can break that prison. With so many wires, I often get asked, why focus on language? Aren't there other wires that are more important? Let me be clear. Every wire is important. Every wire deserves to be broken, and every wire that we break creates a new opening. I like to single out sexist language for 3 reasons. The first reason is that everyone has the power to break this wire. It's entirely within our control. Each of us decides constantly what words we're going to say, what we're going to type in a text message, put in an email, what language displays on our websites or goes in official publications that we put up there. Language is a choice that we make constantly. It's our choice. The second reason is that we can break this wire right now. You don't have to wait. It's so much easier to start saying you all today than it is to close the wage gap tomorrow. So of course we should do that too. The third reason is that gender inclusive language is inclusive of everyone, even men. It doesn't harm anyone when you switch to inclusive terms. Instead, it proactively signals your commitment to women. And what more powerful message to send? I want to acknowledge that while this solution is really simple, that doesn't make it easy. Male-dominated words are everywhere. They're deeply embedded in our culture. Getting rid of them requires intention. It requires unlearning. It requires a community to hold one another accountable. So let's do this together. Let's stop using gendered words and replace them with gender neutral options. Freshman becomes first year student. Chairman becomes chair. Arbuckle fellow becomes Arbuckle coach or scholar or leader. You guys becomes you all. Or if you're like me from the South, y'all. Language is a tool of thought. It's a tool for building community, and it's a tool for breaking bird cages. Each of us has the power to create the world that we want to be in. So do we want a language that reflects our history of excluding and diminishing women? No. Do we prefer a language that aspires towards something much more inclusive for our future, for our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our nieces? Your decision to become a gender-savvy speaker is a decision to build this world, a world that takes women seriously. Cyril Kleinman teaches that inclusive language is the resource that each of us has at the tip of our tongues. Let's start tasting its freedom today. Thank you.
Uh, that was a very insightful video, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Now that the video is done, may I ask a few questions so that you can share your opinion about the video to us?
Yes, of course, of course.
So the first question is, do you agree with the speaker?
Yes, I agree because I haven't even noticed that gender exclusive or man centered words were logically and quite literally hurtful, since even at present people are used to speaking them, including women.
Yes, that's true. It is evident in our society since it's currently happening right now. So, from the video, what unforgettable statements can you cite?
My unforgettable statement is that language is a choice we make constantly. It is the tool of thought and a tool for breaking bird cages.
That is indeed a very interesting statement. And may I ask if why are these statements impactful to you?
Uh, it is impactful to me as it is up to us to use our words appropriately to start a change. Through this, gender inclusive can advance social progress for all people for of all genders.
Yes,
That's
it is true, especially in this age where equality is being supported by all.
yes.
Yeah. So for the last question, as a language speaker, what is your overall reaction to the video?
My overall reaction in the video to the video is that I'm quite taken aback since it was an eye opener because I have no idea such an issue existed. Hence, adopting gender inclusive language is a powerful way to promote gender equality and fight gender bias.
Yes, it is indeed a quite an eye-opener since this issue wasn't addressed much by the masses.
Mm,
So
yes.
being addressed like this, it is insightful for us, not just only from one perspective, but learning from the perspective of others as well. Don't you agree?
Yes, yes.
Well, so thank you very much, Miss Eunice, for your cooperation with me and your being here is very much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
My pleasure.
So this is the end of the activity, and yes, God bless us all.
God bless you too.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. So that's it. That's the end of the video, and I hope um, not only the both of us will learn from this video, but everyone who will come across with this video and the video that we have reacted with will learn the issue of gender inclusive language. Thank you so much, and that will be all.